Hey team, it's Charlie. So Walking Dead just released a brand new trailer for season 5, so this is going to be a breakdown of that and some mailbag. I haven't done a Q&A in a while, and I want to do my Michonne video as a separate thing, so that's still coming, probably this Sunday. And more important stuff happening this week, so announcements at the end of the video. Heads up too, I'll be starting my weekly Walking Dead giveaway soon, so be sure to subscribe to get all that stuff. We would love to have you on the team. If you like talking about Walking Dead, we'll be doing it every single week. It'll be a lot of fun. Okay, so here we go. Careful for spoilers for everything through seasons 4 on Walking Dead. I'll wait just a sec. Okay, here we go. Starting off with the Firewalkers patrolling Terminus. It's hard to tell just from this clip, but most of the time trailers like this, like these really short ones, only include bits from the first couple of episodes. It just implies that walkers are going to get into Terminus somehow. And I hope you do not have epilepsy, because this next montage is totally going to give you a seizure. It just tells more about the shitstorm that goes down at Terminus. It's all footage from the previous trailers, but I think that Gareth's voiceover is a clue.
It's not over until they're all dead.
I think the montage just tells the story of the destruction of Terminus. At some point, Rick and the survivors barrel out of the train car just like we saw in the first trailer, then get their hands on some guns and manage to blow a giant chunk out of Terminus and let some walkers in. Carol also shows up later in the trailer, so I feel like she's a part of that too somehow. And even after all that, it's not the end. Gareth is seen with them in the trailer in later scenes, so he's traveling with them for some reason. Possibly because of Eugene's cure, which may or may not be fake. If you have read the comics, just use spoiler tags when you're talking about it in the comments. They released some images of Carol and Tyrese outside of Terminus with Judith, so at some point they arrive at Terminus before everything goes crazy. And here we see Carol asking about the people holding this giant rifle. That just looks like it's at Terminus at night, so she seems like a big part of their escape plan. Or she just outright rescues them herself. I would be surprised if all these scenes are only from the first episode, but it's totally possible this big explosion and these firewalkers happen at the climax. It would be a pretty badass way to open the season. And this season has been teased as like a return to the crazy action of season 3. These Rick speeches here inside this church, there's been a couple different scenes where he's talking to Carl and the other people about not trusting people. Until we meet a new group, I'm going to assume he's either talking about the people from Terminus or he's talking about Abraham, Eugene, Rosita, and Tara, like all the new people that join them. I'm also thinking this church is Father Gabriel's. We've seen it from the outside at night. It doesn't seem like it's near Terminus. It seems like it's somewhere out in the woods somewhere. So, in addition to all this new footage, there was a new synopsis that was posted to Fox International's website, so I'll read it. Season 5 is a story that weaves the true motives of the people of Terminus with the hopeful prospect of a cure in Washington, D.C., the fate of the group's lost comrades, as well as new locales, new conflicts, and new obstacles in keeping the group together and staying alive. Stories will break apart and intersect. The characters will find love and hate, peace and conflict, contentment and terror. And in the quest to find a permanent, safe place to call home, one question will haunt them. After all they've seen, all they've done, all they've sacrificed, lost, and held onto, no matter the cost, who do they become? So big question, what the hell is all that supposed to mean? I think we've all come to the conclusion that the Terminus people are just analogs of the Hunters from the comics. So that's what I think the true motives line is all about. Washington, D.C., of course, is one of the next big locations in the story. They aren't anywhere close to that. Terminus is in Macon, Georgia, so clearly it's going to take a while for them to get there. At some point in the first couple of episodes, they're going to have to hit the road to head in that direction. No idea if they'll get there before season 6. They really didn't travel that far from the prison in season 4. The line about lost comrades sounds like Beth. We know her story is going to take place away from the survivors at this weird, creepy hospital for at least half the season. New locales could include Father Gabriel's church here. No idea when Seth Gilliam's going to show up in the story. The new obstacles bit just sounds like them running into crazies on the way to Washington, D.C. Like obviously there's going to be some big locations on the road. When they talk about stories breaking apart and intersecting, I'm wondering if some of them might split up after they escape Terminus. Like Abraham and a group will head to Washington, D.C., and a couple of others will go in a different direction to try and find Beth. Or it's possible the stories splitting apart could just be about Beth having stories of her own, like episodes of her own, like the governor got his own episodes. I will say though, one of my favorite things about this new trailer is Carol here in full poncho gear and war paint. You should know that whenever you wear that poncho, you get a 60% bonus to your crit rating, so shit is gonna go down. So now it's your turn. Let me know in the comments, what was your favorite moment from the trailer? What are you looking forward to most? Do you think that Carol is going to save everyone? So while you guys think about all that, here is some mailbag. Question number 1. Muhammad asks, when does season 5 start? That is a good question. For people in the US and people that stream their television, it starts October 12th. If you're watching on TV in the UK or internationally, I think there's a couple week delay for the episodes airing. Like you get episodes a couple of weeks after we get episodes. Anybody from the UK that's watching this, please confirm in the comments. Question number 2. Jason Panetta asks, do you think that someone from the group will die in Terminus? No, but I do think that one of the lesser characters will die this season, like on the way to Washington, D.C. I don't think everyone is going to make it to Washington, D.C. Question number 3, Nico Mark asks, could the building that Beth is in be connected to Terminus? Is it nearby? I actually think it's somewhere completely different. We don't know where it is right now. I feel like her story is going to be apart from the survivors until at least the second half of season 5. Question number 4, Umesh asks, do you think they showed too much footage in the trailer? I would say every trailer for everything, anywhere, ever spoils everything about the plot. I know it sounds a little silly, but all trailers spoil everything. There's really no way around it. I spend most of my time trying to analyze episodes of TV and movies and things for discussion, so my enjoyment nowadays really doesn't depend so much on big twists in the plot. Like I don't get really excited about things that could be spoilery. I mostly just get excited for actors being amazing in scenes, like melting my face off with crazy monologues or just being amazing. I do try to be careful about the way I present spoilers because not everyone reads the comic, but it exists, so potentially you could read what's going on in the story way, way ahead of what's going on in the show, even though technically the show is supposed to be a little bit different. It's the same deal with Game of Thrones. And last one, question number 5. Lucy asks, how do you think that Rick will react to Tara? I think he'll just be wary of any new person. Like he's not going to trust any new people this season. That includes Abraham, Eugene, Rosita, obviously Gareth, creepy Terminus guy. I mean, generally Rick is not going to be that friendly this season. He's in like hunter-killer mode. Okay, so a couple quick announcements. I'll be posting that Michonne video on Sunday. That'll be my next countdown video. But tonight is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 2. I'll be posting my review after the episode, but I already did a really big preview video, so you can click here to watch that. It's going to be a fun season. Lucy Lawless is going to be on. She's going to kick a lot of butt. And you can click here for my top 5 badass Rick Grimes moments. All right, so thanks for watching, everybody. Let's high five, and we'll meet back up for S.H.I.E.L.D. tonight.